Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again to hit you with a video. Now, this video right here comes out of Florida by way of Miami. Well, we have an update to an old case. Well, not really that old, but a lot of new things, not a lot of new speculations have came out regarding this case. Where it goes by, we had a guy that was basically had a mental illness. He was schizophrenic, and he also had heart disease and a few other things. Now, this guy got locked up for cocaine possession. He was basically serving a 2-year sentence. But at the same time, I don't understand why would a mental ill person be selling cocaine if that's what he was doing. But he's deceased now. He cannot answer for himself. So I'm not sure if that's really the truth or not. But at the same time, most of these jail houses and these prisons have become institutions for the mentally ill because a lot of states, what I'm saying, not only Texas, California, a lot of other states don't cut out funding for the state, whereas they don't close down a lot of mental health facilities where these people that had serious mental problems and they couldn't function normally inside of a home or in society, they would send them there instead of, sending them with hardened criminals around with people with convicts, murderers, and all this other stuff. Now, you might say, well, he shouldn't have did the crime if he couldn't do the time. Okay, I get that part also. But at the same time, this guy was basically a mental ill patient, went to go take a shower one night, and he was led to a shower by a guard. But some strange things happened between the time he left the cell and the time that he went to the shower. Now, it's allegedly said that this guy basically got scalded to death, burnt to death in a shower. And you know one thing about somebody, if you burn something, or even if you cut yourself, but especially if you burn something, if it's hot water, grease, or whatever, for those who fry chicken, fish, you don't have some grease pop on you. Don't that shit hurt? Make it go, hass, hass, hass. And what's that sound people make, that hass, hass, when every time some hot pop on you? I don't know what the hell that's about. But anyway, if you touch hot water touch you, however you want to put it, or somebody throws some hot water or grease on you, you're going to do what? You're going to yell, you're going to shout. So it's kind of very suspect that they say they did not hear this guy yelling in the shower. And I know damn well they heard this guy yelling in the shower. And for those of you who've seen some of these facilities, whether it's on TV or in real life, for those who have been locked up, you would know that most of the time, 9 times out of 10, depends on where you at. The showers are controlled by the guards on the outside. You do not control the temperature. It just be a set temperature. And they can either turn that temperature scalding hot or they can turn it down to freezing cold. So it's up to them to check that water. But at the same time, if a person get in there, if the water too hot or too cold, especially if it's too hot, you're going to yell, you're going to scream and everything else. So this guy basically got scalded to death. And it's been a whole bunch of controversies, some cover up behind it. But to add the insult to injury, the CEO, the correctional officer, who was the one led him, Mr. Darren Rainey, to the shower, was promoted to let me get it real quick. He was promoted to the Miami Gardens Police Department, but I don't think they really knew. I'm not going to put that on them, but I don't think they knew that. They knew the guard background for as him dealing with somebody that wind up dead. Not saying that he actually killed the guy. But at the same time, the police department must did not know about this case that happened inside this institution. But when they did, they got him on the investigation. They're talking about basically firing the guy. I'm going to read a snippet from this story and I'm going to give my opinion. Surely, as we go. He locked a mentally ill prisoner in a scalding shower until he died. So why was this guy basically promoted? That's the same thing I asked myself. How can you promote a guy who basically locked the guy in the shower and scald the man to death? And you know one damn thing, no matter how mentally ill or whatnot, the guy can talk, so the guy can talk, he can scream. I know damn well you heard them damn screams, because if that was you in the shower, no matter how tough, bad, or you think you are, you're going to scream. Even if it's me, hell, some hot water touch me, I'm human, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we all live and breathe and going to die one day just like everybody else. So that don't make us no special time. Well, I can take it. Okay, if you can take that much pain, then you need to be Superman. Darren Rainey's death was horrific, agonizing, and avoidable. Former corrections officer Roland Clark locked the mentally ill prisoner in a scalding hot shower until he died. But they do lock these people inside these showers, you know what I'm saying, unless they're in an open dorm format. But if you're on some kind of lockdown or if you're on some kind of restriction, they do lock you inside the shower, basically. But they're supposed to watch you also. And then the fact that they say that he come back 2 hours later, it does not take 2 hours for the shower. I've never known anybody, for those who don't have friends, relatives, or also yourselves being incarcerated, I've never known nobody to take a 2-hour shower. I don't give a damn where you at. Now, in 2012, Clark worked as a prison guard, but he was forced to resign after he made 50-year-old Darren Rainey shower in boiling hot water as punishment for using his cell as a bathroom. The temperature was so hot that his skin peeled off his body. Now that right there don't make no damn sense. It's not like the man threw feces and urine on Mr. Clark, and it's not like he threw the urine or the feces on the guard. If that was true, it's not like that prison cell was his home. You know, that was the guy home, Mr. Rainey, the one that had the schizophrenia. That was his home. So why would this guard be so offensive? But a lot of times these people have problems at work. They're not happy, and some of the time they're just immoral people. I'm not talking about all corrections officers. I'm not talking about all cops. You have some good, you have some bad. But at the same time, it's not like those other people did not know what the hell went on, but they have a code that they live by, and a lot of them just not going to say nothing unless they get mad or if their job or livelihood in jeopardy. Then that's when they'll let everything out the bag. Now, 2 hours later, Clark returned to find an inmate dead. Rainey, a schizophrenic, was serving 2 years, just 2 short years, in prison for cocaine possession. Clark never faced any consequences for causing his death. Nothing happened, just basically just wrote this man off. But that's the good thing about the Mossad, because no matter what, it could be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years later. Guess what? Some kind of way, justice will be served, and your name would not be forgot, because don't nobody deserve to die like that. So what if the guy got caught with cocaine possession? It's not like he got caught raping children. It's not like he got caught abusing old women or something like that, you know. And at the same time, if he's schizophrenic, he's mentally ill. Who said if he was in his right mind, you know? And why send him to a damn jailhouse when you could have sent this guy to a mental facility where he rightfully should have been? And I guarantee you, if he was there, he would have still been alive today, unless he would have got out and got killed on the streets. But it's better than him dying like that than dying in a damn locked shower where you can't get out and it's just boiling water pouring on you. Now picture yourself going through that type of torture. Now you know what crabs go through when you try to boil them and stuff. Now video footage shows the chilling moment Clark led Rainey to the shower. The temperature controls were all outside of the cell. No controls in there. So that means if you in there, you locked in there, you can't get out unless you can break them damn bars down or punch a hole through that wall, which I doubt you can do, because if that's the case, you just leave the jail anytime you want to, like you Hancock or something. So why would you leave this guy, especially if he's mentally ill and he's on medication? You're not supposed to leave the guy in the shower by himself, yet alone for 2 hours. You mean to tell me I can see that? And I'm not the Secretary of Department of Corrections, because you know every state has their secretary, the person that they answer to next to the governor and to the attorney general and stuff like that. Now I know if I can see that, they should be able to see that. But hey, you know, it is what it is. Now Clark is working as a patrol officer for the Miami Gardens Police Department, where his role has been filled with controversy. So if he let a guy die like this and basically led this man to his demise, you know, that's just like if you lead somebody to a shower. And just say if you didn't know, we just give him the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be objective real quick. Just say if you did lead a man or a woman to a shower in one of these institutions, and you have to lock them in there because that's protocol. That's what you have to do, especially if they're on some kind of security clearance. If they're a threat to other people or themselves, you lock them in there. You turn the water on. Now, instantly, you should know at least after 30 seconds or a minute, too, because sometimes it take the water longer to chill up. Sometimes it takes it longer to get hot. So if you're in there, when you scream, when you say something, I mean, you will stand there. And at the same time, when you're dealing with mentally ill people, you're supposed to stand there and watch them. Because what if he fall down and bust his head open on the bars or knock himself out? You know what I'm saying? Trying to shower himself. So it's just too much conflict and stories with this whole case, if you ask me. The city of Miami Gardens and the Miami Gardens Police Department are under fire for hiring Clark in the first place. But Miami Gardens Mayor Oliver Gilbert says the city is currently working to fire Clark. The city manager has informed me that the officer in question is in the process required by the law and collective bargaining before an officer can be officially terminated, Gilbert told the Miami News Times. The behavior of which Clark is accused and the poor judgment which he has allegedly shown is not consistent with the high standards to which we hold all city employees. Because guess what? There will be a lawsuit in the making. So if anything happened dealing with this, this road cop Clark on the streets, dealing with somebody, he might shoot somebody. Not saying he will, just saying if he does, and you already have a history, you already have instances where he done already showed his incompetence on the job. So if he was to go out here and hurt somebody, they would be in for a major lawsuit and a major backlash, and there'd be a whole black eye over the Florida judicial system, because you're supposed to be aware of this type of thing. Now, Gilbert cannot directly fire Clark, but said he found the officer's past actions to be disgusting and distasteful. So you mean to tell me, I know police do background checks damn near like the Secret Service do. You did not know that this guy was a correctional officer? I mean, it was a big old story, and I know if I heard about it, I know all my peeps in Florida, and big shout out to all my peeps in Florida. I know you all heard about it also. So it's like one excuse after another. That's why we have to put some of these people on blast, because you would feel the same way if that was your uncle, if that was your dad, you know what I'm saying, your granddad or whoever, cousin, brother, who knows. At the same time, Darren Rainey, may he rest in peace, is no kin to me. But at the same time, you know, you still got to feel other people's pain, even though some people don't give a damn. But that's on you. But at the same time, you know, right is right, wrong is wrong. Just picture yourself locked in the shower. You only serving 2 years for a cocaine possession, and you mentally ill, which you should have been in a damn mental facility. But they close so many of them down. They only take selective people, especially if you got money. Then you can get your people in there. No matter what they did, they kill somebody. Guess what? You still can get them transferred to a mental health facility where they would not be in there with prisoners and subjected to this type of stuff. Now, Clark only resigned as a prison guard after an investigation by the Miami Herald sparked national protests. It took the newspaper to put this on blast for this man to resign. You know what I'm saying? That's why it says it's power in the media. You can either use it for good things or you can use it for bad things. In September 2016, Miami Gardens Police Department received a tip that Clark repeatedly visited a woman's home whilst in uniform. He was suspended for 5 days for visiting Kamisha Douglas while he was supposed to be working. You know what I'm saying? Up here trying to make booty calls, and you're supposed to be working while you in your uniform. The married man, whose wife has since filed for divorce, even his wife must have found out that he was a damn snake, was warned by superiors to stop pursuing personal relationships at work. But photos later emerged of the officer kissing Douglas outside of her home. Days after being cautioned, Clark was supposed to be patrolling a different part of town when the snaps were taken. He's supposed to be on patrol. He's somewhere doing other things, which shows his incompetence. And who to say he wasn't doing this around the time Mr. Darren Rainey, the 50-year-old guy that died in jail, you know, burnt, you know, not burnt, basically scalded to death, you know what I'm saying, like a damn crab. You know, you ever seen a damn crab go into a boiling pot where you making gumbo or whatever, and them crabs be trying to get out? Just like that, you'll be trying to get out too. Now, he later admitted visiting Douglas at her home 4 times while on duty. So not only, you know, is he incompetent on the job, he's not patrolling where he needs to be. He's also, you know what I'm saying, not very loyal, you know, to his own wife, which really is a personal thing, but at the same time, it shows the character of the person that we are dealing with. Now, MPD are now investigating a second allegation after they received audio, photographs, and text messages from a woman claiming she had sex with the on-duty officer. 2 of the photos taken on the night of Clark's 34th birthday on January the 6th show him posing with a steak dinner on a bed covered in rose petals. I wonder who that was by. Now, despite all of this, Clark was a finalist for the Dade County Police Benevolent Association Officer of the Year Award in 2017. Oh, really? Earlier this year, Rainey's family settled a civil lawsuit against the state, Clark and others, for $4.5 million. And I hope they take some of that money and raise awareness for people who have mental health conditions that's locked inside these facilities. These people should not be inside of these facilities. And did you see the news try to make the guy who witnessed this out to be a lie, saying basically that he was lying and his stories wasn't adding up? You tell me one person, even if you didn't believe what the other inmates say, what person in their right mind that can talk, that ain't a mute, you know what I'm saying, would sit in the shower and wouldn't even yell or scream or do anything? That's all I want to put on your mind. Just think about that. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely share the video. And let's just see how this story unfolds. And I'll keep you all updated. Y'all stay blessed. And also, if you got somebody that's locked up and incarcerated, whether they're mentally ill or not, they're still human. Check on your people, because your people need you. That's when they need you the most. Anyway, y'all stay blessed. I'm out.